The film 7 Years in Tibet reacquainted Western audiences with the story of Tibet and the experiences of Heinrich Harrer. Harrer was an Austrian POW who escaped from a camp in British India and made his way to Lhasa. The movie is based on his best-selling memoirs. While Lhasa was a byword for remoteness, Harrer was struck by the unexpected bounty of consumer goods available in the markets of the old town. He wrote, quote, "Provision stores contain, as well as local produce, American corned beef, Australian butter, and English whiskey. There is nothing one cannot buy, or at least order. One even finds the Elizabeth Arden specialties, and there is a keen demand for them. American overshoes dating from the last war are displayed between joints of yak meat and chunks of butter. You can order sewing machines, radio sets, and gramophones, and hunt up Bing Crosby's latest records for your next party." End quote. Stores were also full of European felt hats, which were all the rage. People had become addicted to umbrellas and sunshades to beat the intense rays of the Tibetan sunshine. The present Dalai Lama remembers flicking through copies of Life magazine picked up for him from the markets by his colleagues. Still, certain things had not changed since the 17th century. The Barkhor was a crossroads where pilgrims could find a bard singing an epic or an itinerant storyteller recounting the life of a saint with the aid of illustrative paintings. People would gather to roll dice or just watch the pageant of pilgrims, monks, and residents passing by. Starting in the 1990s, the Barkhor has been recast as a gentrified shopping arcade and extended food court for the tourist trade. Many of its traditional buildings were demolished and replaced with four-story constructions made with cement blocks and faux Tibetan designs. The surface of the Barkhor has been paved with granite blocks, and the sacred way is lit at night by street lamps incorporating motifs modeled on prayer wheels. Street-side vendors and market stalls have been banned. That said, none of these changes have diminished the religious significance of the Barkhor for Tibetans. Pilgrims still joyfully prostrate themselves while circumambulating the Jokhang, and Lhasans still offer small renminbi notes to beggars as an act of compassion. As the sun sets each day, elderly Lhasans gather together on little benches and exchange the day's gossip. For their purchases of food, clothing, and religious items, Lhasans go to the alleyways and markets beyond the Barkhor. In the storefronts there, you will see large wheels of yak butter and legs of yak with hoof and fur on the foot to prove their freshness. Shops sell plastic toys beloved by little Lhasans. In the barley beer pubs, older Lhasans quaff their national beverage, yak butter tea, at slightly grimy tables. Tourists who seek the authentic Lhasa should not be put off by the gritty ambience inside the pubs. These parts of the old town are easily accessible. Tenpinggang Lane runs eastward from the northeast corner of the Barkhor, while Tempumgang Lane strikes out similarly from the Barkhor's southeast turning. Going along the north-south lanes connected to the outer Barkhor north, there is a reconstructed Tromsønkang market where people buy vegetables, fruit, grains, and meat. And the nearby Gyambon Plaza is filled with shops selling Tibetan textiles for a Tibetan clientele. If you wander into the general area to the northeast of the Jokhang and to the south of Beijing Road, there is a veritable rabbit warren of quaint shops. The sites might not necessarily be the traditional ones that tourists crave to see, but they are authentically Lhasa nonetheless, and worthy of you visiting them as an eyewitness to the tenacity of Tibetan life.